My name is Caroline Miller. I'm 50 years old and I live just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I've been married to my husband Mark for 24 years. We weren't perfect, but back when we met, I was 26, he was 28. Mark had this wild spark. He was funny, spontaneous, the kind of man who'd pull me out of bed at 2 a.m. just to drive to the beach and watch the sunrise. We danced in the kitchen, snuck off to cheap motels for the thrill, and laughed until we couldn't breathe. He loved life, and I loved him for it. But that man, he's gone. Over the past 4 years, Mark has aged in dog years. He went from being that loud, fun, lovable goof to someone I barely recognize. These days he sleeps, not like a tired man, but like a person who's just given up. Without exaggeration, he would sleep 20 hours a day if no one woke him. And when he's awake, he just stares at the wall, at nothing. It's like living with a ghost who still takes up space. We've seen over 20 doctors. Every one of them prescribes something different. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, stimulants, sleep aids, pain meds, vitamins. He takes more pills than I can count, probably 3 for every doctor we've seen. He even saw a neurologist in Charlottesville who suspected something degenerative, but nothing ever stuck. No diagnosis, no progress. Then, in January, things took a turn for the worse. Mark quietly developed a wound on his heel and never told anyone. Not me, not the kids, not the doctor. One morning, walking up the stairs, the bone just snapped. It was a horrifying crunch, followed by the most guttural scream I've ever heard him make. The infection had spread to the bone, osteomyelitis. Weak bones, compromised immune system. It was a disaster waiting to happen. Since then, Mark has had 3 hospitalizations, 2 surgeries, and 2 more on the calendar. He now wears this massive external fixator on his right leg. It looks like a science experiment wrapped in metal rings and screws. His leg is a battlefield. He can't walk. He can't bathe on his own. He can't even do his own IV antibiotics, which I have to administer twice a day through a PICC line in his upper arm. And that's not all. Wound care nurses come only 3 times a week. So, guess who handles it the other 4? Me. Every bandage that falls off? Me. Every appointment? Me. Every insurance form, copay, follow-up, medication refill, middle of the night fever scare. Me. Because Mark can't work anymore.
I took on extra shifts at the law firm where I work as an office manager. I'm working 55+ hours a week just to keep the lights on. On top of that, I cook, clean, handle the car maintenance, home repairs, school runs, groceries, all of it. We have 2 daughters. Emma, 21, who just finished her junior year at James Madison University, and Lily, who's 12 and still in middle school. I try to be present for them, but how can I? I'm stretched so thin, I barely remember the last time I felt like myself. My body aches. My mind is on autopilot. I cry in the laundry room so no one sees. A year ago, when things weren't quite as bad, we booked a Caribbean cruise. A real one. 7 nights, all-inclusive. Ports in the Bahamas, St. Thomas and Cozumel. Water parks. Zip lining. Snorkeling. Shows. Drinks. For the first time in a long time, we were going to have fun. The girls were ecstatic. And me? I was counting the days. But now, with the cruise only a month away, Mark says he's coming. I told him I didn't think he should.
I explained gently, at first, that this vacation isn't just a vacation. It's a lifeline for me. I need a break. I need to remember what it feels like not to be a nurse, a caretaker, a machine running on coffee and stress. I need space to breathe. But Mark, he insists. He says he'll sit in the casino and play poker. He won't be a bother. He has no money to gamble, by the way. None. He can't swim. He can't walk. He can't even go into the water because of the fixator on his leg. He'll need a wheelchair and someone to push him everywhere. That someone would be me. What kind of vacation would that be? Me juggling sunscreen, towels, excursions and the wheelchair, while the girls feel guilty for leaving their dad behind at the ship. Is that a break? Is that rest? I told him no, that he shouldn't come, that I needed this. He sulked, stopped speaking to me for 2 days, then started guilt-tripping me, telling the girls he wasn't wanted. But the truth? He doesn't seem to want to get better. He won't do physical therapy. He ignores dietary guidelines. He doesn't fight. And I'm so tired of fighting for him when he won't even lift a finger for himself. The thing is, and here's the part I haven't told anyone, I've met someone. It started small. Ethan is a physical therapist I met at one of Mark's earlier appointments. He's 46, divorced, warm eyes, easy laugh. At first it was innocent. Coffee after Mark's appointments, chatting while waiting on lab results. Then emails. Then texts. It was emotional at first. Someone asking how I was for a change. Someone who saw me. Who said things like, "You don't deserve to carry all this alone." And then it wasn't emotional anymore. It became physical. I didn't plan it. I didn't look for it, but I also didn't stop it. The affair is ongoing. It's my one escape, my only secret. And I know it's wrong, believe me. I do, but I can't remember the last time I was held, kissed, wanted. Mark and I haven't been intimate in years. And I'm only 50. I'm still here. I still feel alive. I still want to live. So now, with the cruise coming up, I'm planning to go. Just me and the girls. And I'll be honest, I'm considering asking Ethan to meet me in San Juan, our last port, just for a night. Just to feel something that isn't guilt, exhaustion, or resentment. People may say I'm the villain, that I abandoned the sick man, that I gave up too soon. But what happens when you become the patient's last nurse, unpaid maid, therapist, driver, chef, housekeeper, and emotional punching bag? At what point do you become the one who needs saving? So tell me, am I the villain, or am I just the last one standing in a house full of ghosts?